Well, the old Jeep 258 just isn't cutting it anymore. So, figured it's about time to start stepping it up a little bit. This is a 1987 blocked Roller 302. I think factory spec was 2 1/4 horse, as far as I can tell. I don't know cam specs on these, but this one's got an HEI distributor, which will not work for the intake I'm going to run. So I'm going to have to swap out to something else on that. These headers, I don't even know what to say about these. I'm a Chrysler guy, so the most of my knowledge comes from manifolds for factory stuff. I appreciate that Ford did headers on these, but I mean, these are modified Briggs and Strattons here. So I'm gonna have to get some headers that are gonna fit the YJ chassis and clear the drive shaft, clear the bell housing, back together at some point. So today we're gonna be popping the heads off, kind of busting this thing down. I haven't checked bearings yet. The bores are in good shape, so I'm expecting. Okay, so we got her broke down. For the most part, I haven't pulled the crank yet, but I'm working on it. Pistons look pretty good. Factory TRW forged. Bearings are not. I think this was the worst of them here. Step back over to the block so you can see it. I don't know how well this camera's going to grab it, but there's factory crosshatch with no ridge. All cylinders are like that. They're not worn unevenly or hurt, but this one, you can kind of see. Oh, where's the light at? Let me grab a flashlight so you can see a little better down there. You can see where the water was in it. It doesn't really catch your fingernail, but it's just enough. So I'm gonna pull the crank and hone it. I might do a shoestring polish on the journals. So a couple of the rod bearings had some, I'm not going to say real bad gouges, but just enough. I'm guessing there was junk that went through this at some point. So we're going to get to that. I just put an order in for new rods and mains. And believe it or not, the fastest place I could get those was from O'Reilly. I was kind of blown away at that. Faster than Jegs or anybody else. Anyways. Got those ordered. I ordered some ARP rod bolts for this, 5/16. I know that you're supposed to resize when you install ARP bolts, but we're not going to do that. Not going to do that. Judge me if you want. That's what I'm going to do. But I'm also going to pull these lifters out and clean them. This one feels a little sloppy. That one's real sloppy. Now granted, I know this engine hadn't started in a long time, so it needs oil pressure, but there's enough grime in here, and after seeing what the bearings look like, it was definitely getting some foreign crap in there. So next step is to pull the dampener, pull water pump. I also ordered a new water pump, ordered a bunch of new goodies. So I guess while I got this running, I'm going to show you the transmission setup that I'm going to run on this. I picked this up yesterday. This is a MP435 mated to a Ford 205 transfer case. So I'm going to be going truck 4-speed with it. I've done truck 4-speed swaps before on a 67 F100 that I put a 430 MEL in. It was a Lincoln motor out of a Continental. And I think I drove up to Olympia for a 4-barrel for that anyways. A lot of people say the truck 4-speeds don't shift fast and that first gear is useless. Which for a driving standpoint, first gear is kind of useless, but you know, anytime you're off-road, there's never anything wrong with having an extra low gear. Not that you use it a lot, but it isn't a bad thing to have. So I mean, this is glorified 3-speed. We'll see. I don't know. The throw on this 4-speed is a hell of a lot shorter than the 5-speed that I've got in the Jeep right now behind the 258. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. The front of the input shaft there, the bearing retainer is busted, so I got to order a new one of those. Those are surprisingly cheap. Seen them online for like 25 bucks. I think this is a taper bearing on the front of this. So I got to double check what I'm ordering. I haven't lifted this thing out of here yet because my garage is a mess, and I'm waiting for a rack to show up at Home Depot so I can go pick it up, put it all away. Blah blah blah. But yeah, this will be what's going behind the 302. Also got some goodies for the 302 that I haven't showed yet. These are Trick Flow 170 cc runner heads. They're the twisted wedges. It's going to be backed up by some roller 106 rockers. These are 3/8 studs. I got an email at Trick Flow right now. I think what they called for was 6 3/4 inch push rods on this. I'm waiting on a response to verify that. I know I could order the push rods, but I told them what I got going on. And we'll see what they say. If I have to order a measurement push rod or cut one up and use that, I can. But as of right now, those are going to be what go in there. These are 61cc 202 160 heads. These are the older model. You can tell by the old castings. But those are a hell of a lot better than these. So that should make the old Jeep kind of hop a little bit. Well, God, it took you guys long enough to get back with me here. I think the last time you seen this thing, it was pretty well torn down. I don't even remember where I left off. Just been kind of plinking away. I'm not very good at the video thing. But give you a quick rundown. I've had issues and I've had triumphs. I've had good and I've had bad. So, new main bearings, new rod bearings. When I was trying to install the pistons, I broke the factory piston rings. So I ordered up a new set of Maul, just some cast irons, you know, stock bore. Honed it up beforehand so the new rings shouldn't have an issue seating in. New double roller timing chain. Factory cam, factory lifters. New Mellings high volume oil pump. ARP rod bolts, installed, unhoned, unresized. That's about it for the short block.